Welcome everyone to this evening. A chance to take a breath and celebrate with a couple of players, Felitti and Nathan. They've been doing a little course, but we'll get confetti. Hey, no, that's all a part of it. You know, the families are involved, and that's a great part of it. Great to see our owners here, in particular Eric. I want to send his apologies, had to shoot off. But without any further ado, I'd like to invite a lady up who's been running the program. It's the second year the club's run it. Last year we had Michael Luck, Jacob Lillyman and Jerome Roparty, and they raved about the program and how much it contributed to them transitioning in terms of mindset to a life after football.
I might sound like a broken record with consistently repeating this, but this program, Extend the Dream, is genuinely a revolutionary way to support NRL players to have successful lives after sport. We all know that being an elite athlete is a way of life. It's so much more than having a career. So the retirement has to include planning for a change that's going to impact all areas of their life, not just their vocational and financial. It needs to include emotional, mental, social. The challenge is not as much about the next career, but more about dealing with the change with all aspects of life, starting with the headspace. For the most crucial member of this team, the New Zealand Warriors, I really want to acknowledge the Warriors for going a second round with Extend the Dream and keeping this program alive in the club and amongst the senior boys. After running the pilot last year, you could have dropped it, but being the progressive and heartfelt club that you are, you ensured that the program was available for next year, for your next round of senior boys.
Nathan.
Thanks guys, here we go. Great stuff, thank you.
Yay!
Thank you, over here. Thank you, great.
Alright, so you going over here?
Thanks, Matt.
What advice do you have for players like Felitti and Nathan when they're thinking about their lives after football?
Well, first of all, Richard, isn't it great that they've done the course, and superb that the NRL provide this sort of training in conjunction with the Warriors to enable the guys to actually start focusing at an early stage, and the earlier the better, frankly, on what can happen after football. And every year, a lot of players need to retire for a whole lot of reasons, and the sooner they start thinking about what they can do afterwards, the better it is. And these guys have completed the course. I would recommend to any of our young players, even the under-20s, to just think about career opportunities. With that in mind, we are investing further ourselves in building a foundation and building an elite academy where our young guys and our older guys can get involved in education that we sponsor, going through the certificate, diploma and even degree standards. So, along with the NRL, we're going to increase the emphasis we as a club have and invest much more in providing training as these guys work through their careers. And what's happened in the last few years is we've made a multi-million-dollar investment in an under-20s team. And that under-20s team is delivered, obviously. It's back-to-back grand finals, beating the Aussies at their own game with Kiwi players in Sydney. And I think we'll go 3 successive NRL grand finals for the under-20s. Now, those guys are feeding through, as you can see, into the NRL team, and it's just early days because they're just starting to come through now. And these kids, as you can see, are in some ways inexperienced, and every year that goes by, we're creating the marquee players of our own, born and bred in New Zealand, Kiwi players. So I'm very happy with the progress we've made in that respect in terms of having a Kiwi team and a Kiwi coach. So it's all good.
When you're thinking about life after football, got any plans to hit the bosses up for some money or ideas?
Our bosses? Yeah, definitely. Why not? There's plenty of coin there, so yeah, if they could help and put in a good word wherever I want to go, that'd be nice.
Why so young? You're only 27, but why the want to do this now as opposed to probably when you want to retire in a couple of years' time?
I just think it's you're never too young to think about your future, so there's no harm in doing it, and I think if anything you benefit from it, knowing where you want to go in the future. And for myself, I really didn't know what I wanted to do, so with this program it helps you out. And I think it'll a lot of the young boys will get a lot out of it, and that's sort of what I'm trying to do now that I've done it and to know what's involved. I think I'll be pushing it to the young boys to try and get involved.
You mentioned that it helped your confidence, developing, I guess, your personal confidence. Did it have a rub off in football as well, saying the last few months while you've been doing this?
Definitely, I think so. I think it's pretty clear that a happy footballer off the field will be a good footballer on the field. I think it stops any outside distractions or any thoughts you might have about certain things, especially your future. I think that's something that everyone sort of thinks about every day, and I think for a footballer also, you never know when it's going to end, and the career expectancy for footballers is pretty short. So to have sort of put your mind at ease, I think you can concentrate on footy, knowing that if something did go wrong, you have something to fall on.